Hi everyone. Hi beautiful people. How are you doing? You are welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Aderonke Grace, and on this channel I talk about faith, entrepreneurship, lifestyle and DIYs. So if this sounds like something that interests you and you are yet to subscribe, please kindly consider subscribing, and I do hope you love it here. And if you're a returning subscriber, I want to say you're welcome back once again, and you guys are just like the real deal. So in today's video we are going to be looking at how we as Christians, as believers, or as individuals can have authority over voices. During the course of the week I was in the kitchen doing the dishes, and I remembered something that happened years back, and that was what actually prompted this video. I remembered when a certain woman was telling me that I wasn't going to have a husband because of my stature, because I was like because I was chubby, I was fat and all, and she said I was going to find it difficult to have a husband. So thinking about this, I was like, okay, let me share something and how I was able to overcome these negative voices. I'll start by defining what voices are. To me, I will say like voices are like words that are stored in our subconscious, in the subconscious part of our mind. They are like words that are stored in that part of our mind that we've heard over time, maybe in our environment. We've heard a friend talk to us, we've heard family members say to us, we've heard colleagues say to us, we've heard friends say to us. And voices come in two parts. It's either you have a positive voice or you hear a negative voice. But in this video we'll be looking at how negative voices can affect our productivity or affect our life. So thinking back to what the woman said about how I was going to find it difficult to get a husband because of my stature, or because I was fat, or because I was just like not the society standard of the way a woman should look. Do you understand? So although I nursed that thought for a while, and not a while, for me to have still remembered it, like it just came like a flash, and I just smiled when I remembered it. But then during that period I felt like, okay, yeah, this person says this, probably as an adult, she was an adult, and as an adult maybe she has thought about it, and she has compared me or compared my life to other people's life, and has come to a conclusion that, okay, since so, or since this person was able to find husband because of her stature, this same faith will also befall me, so she came to a conclusion and told me. And of course I felt very bad during that time, and like everything that was just coming to me, it wasn't even about relationship or about anything, but in some kind of way it was stuck to me that anytime, like I just find it like there's no way I'm going to get into like a serious relationship, because eventually it might not end up in a marriage because of the way I am. And this also got worse when a very close family member of mine was also getting worried. Maybe I think I was almost finishing the university at that time, and it was so getting worried, and I was like, what is happening and all, like it was scared for me that I was not going to find the bone of my bone. Let me put it that way. It was scared so much for me that I was not going to find anyone that was going to marry me because of my stature. Guys, I wasn't even that big. So it depends on how we choose to handle the voice that we hear on a daily basis. Of course, in this today's life, there are times that maybe you are just being told you are not good enough. You are being told that you are not qualified for something. Or let's cite an example, like for let's take an example about someone that was told that his mouth smells bad. Like he was having, like, whenever he speaks to people, he has such a horrible smell that, you know, comes out of his mind. And that person, that is a form of a voice. Either it is from a family member or from a friend or from an acquaintance or from a colleague, or it is also a voice. So but how that person decides to act on the voice he or she has heard depends on how powerful he is able to be in control of his own mind. This same person can decide, oh, okay, you're telling me that my mouth is smelling, and go to his room and just commit suicide. It can be that bad. Or this person can just snap back immediately or get angry and be like, what do you mean? What do you mean by my mouth is smelling? Or just start to fight the other party. Or another person can decide, oh, okay, my mouth is smelling. Definitely I need to do something about this my mouth, and go and visit a dentist to suggest remedies or how he or she can improve the oral health, his or her oral health. Do you understand? So it depends on how we are receptive to words and voices that we often hear around us. I remember then when the woman told me that I was not going to find a husband because I was fat, I felt so bad. But in my subconscious mind, I was like, you are not God. That was what I was thinking in my mind, that you are not God. Of course, it's not like I've been wayward or something. I knew that, no, I am going to have my own husband. I always have a slogan or something I used to say then, that I was not going to waste my love for anyone, that the person I'm going to eventually end up dating would be my husband. And to God be the glory, it happened that way. The person I dated was eventually became my husband. Do you understand? So that's being said. And also I remember when I was in the university, you know, we go for prayer meetings, and also there was this guy that organized like a prayer meeting and invited someone, like a minister from maybe from another state, to the school. And this guy just came up to me and told me that I was going to have fibroid. I think I was in my year 2. I think it was year 1. I was still very young, and he was talking about fibroid. To be sincere, I didn't even know what fibroid was then, because it wasn't something that was like that was popular. I was like, what is that? He was telling me that I was going to have difficulty in getting children and all. Although I was a Christian, and it's not like my faith was like high, but I had understanding about who I am. Like, I was like, after the guy said this thing, it was like he was being prophetic. You understand? After he said these things, I just left, and I was like, this prophecy is not for me. That was just all I said. So after I got married, some years later, I got married, and I was for some few months after the wedding, I was having difficulty being pregnant. So this thought came to me again. I was like, I hope it's not what this guy was talking about. Then something else just kicks in. I was like, no, it's not going to be that. I'm going to have my own children. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. To the point that I had to even stop all the medications I was using. That was prescriptions. Yeah, let me put it that way. Prescriptions that was given to me by the doctor to use them. I stopped using them, and I was reading books that could motivate me, that could build my spirit, man, that could make me have more faith in God and to lay hold on God's promises for us. Remember this part of the scripture that says that out of the one that says the scripture that says guard your heart with all diligence, like out of it flows the issues of life. I think it's in let me check my phone. This part of the scripture that says guard your heart with all it's Proverbs chapter 4 verse 23. It says guard your heart with all diligence, for out of it flows the issue of life. Like, what does it mean to guard? Like, with all diligence, you guard with all diligence, with every fiber of your being, with every intentionality. Let me put it out, like with every intention of you, like guarding it out. And how do we guard our heart? If I were listening to some other things that could like probably worsen the situation I was in, I knew probably Satan will still, like the devil will still have me bound to all those thoughts, all those prophecies that I heard, and I'll feel like, oh, that is why I'm not having this, and I won't be able to break out of the chain of, or let me say break out of the chain of those words. And how can you practically guard your heart? I was just recently asking my husband this question, like, how can a Christian guard his own heart? So then he responded, he said, practically, if I want practical answers, and he gave me practical answer. It was like the things we watch. He was telling me that the things we watch, like whatever you watch with your eyes, like maybe movies, or the kind of movies you watch, or the kind of music you listen to, or the kind of words you speak to yourself. Do you also encourage yourself in the Lord, or are you the type of person that speaks negative things also about yourself? Then what you think on, also that is also the matter of the heart, what you constantly think about, and also the kind of people that you surround yourself with, like the kind of friends that you have. Are they the type of people that will motivate you, that will encourage you, or are they the kind of people that bring you down and constantly saying negative things about you? So those are practical ways we can guard our heart. We should make sure that whatever we listen to, whatever we say, whatever we hear, whatever we keep around us, are those things that can help us to position ourselves in a better light, or help us in shutting down those negative voices that we hear every day. Whether we like it or not, we will always hear voices. We cannot say we completely want to shut down voices around us, because out of those voices are positive voices also. They will come, but it is our own duty as Christians, as children of God, to always guard our heart, or to always sieve, let me put it that way, to always sieve the kinds of words we receive, or the kind of voices we get, so that we get to hold on to the ones that are going to affect us positively. So Philippians chapter 4 verse 8 to 9, I'm going to be reading from my Bible here. I'm going to also put it on the screen so we can see. Say, finally, brethren, whatever things that are true, whatever things that are noble, whatever things that are just, whatever things that are pure, whatever things that are lovely, whatever things that are of good report, if there is any virtue, and if there is any praiseworthy, meditate on these things. Do you understand? Whatever things that are of good report. I want to dwell more that whatever things that are of good report. Good report also are voices. You understand? Those are the things that we as children of God, should meditate, should think on, should anchor on. Those things that are of good report, those things that are pure, those things that are, of course, the things of the devil are not pure. The things of the devil, the words of the devil, or the voices of the devil, or the voices that are contrary to the voices of God, they are not noble. So whatsoever things, that means the voices that are of good report, those are the kind of voices that we should constantly meditate on, constantly let our hearts communicate with, or let our heart find expression from. So this is just like a word of encouragement to us today, that we should hold on to the good things of life. We should hold on to the good voices. We should shut down, or we should kill. We should kill those negative voices whenever they come. Of course, they are going to come. No matter whether we like it or not, those voices are going to come. But how we tend to approach, or how we tend to respond to those voices as Christians matters a lot. If I had nurtured, because words are seeds, whether we like it or not, they are like seeds. We can choose either to water them or to just leave them to die. Do you understand? Like if you decide to water them, if I decided that, oh, what this woman said is a seed already in my heart, and I decide to nurture it, water it and all, even when the right person comes, I won't be able to see the person as being the right person, because there's something that I was already nurturing in my heart. And also likewise, when I was going through difficulty of having a child, if I had nurtured the notion or the impression of the prophecy I had that I was not going to have a child, I was going to suffer this, suffer that, all kind of ailments or so, I was not, maybe probably till now, I would still be praying for a breakthrough or for one thing or the other, of which I am like the one that is like keeping myself in a captive. I'm the one that is nurturing some seed that I shouldn't have nurtured at all. So this brings us to the end of this video, and I hope you found this video helpful. And this is just to tell us we are the ones that are in charge of the kind of voices or the seeds that we choose to nurture, or we are the ones that are in charge of the voices that we choose to do away with as Christian. And I hope this has brought a kind of light to anyone that has been listening here. And if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, I don't know what you are waiting for. Please do well to subscribe to this channel, do well to comment. Are there some things in your life that you feel that you are nurturing and you are not meant to nurture? Put down a comment and let me know. And if you have any other things to share, like a contribution you'd like to share, please put it in the comment section, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Till I come your way next time, my name is Aderonke Grace, and I hope to see you soon. Bye guys. Mwah.